souvent dit, c'est que je pense qu'on sous-estime le pouvoir du silence, la puissance du silence. On a bien vu les vidéos tout à l'heure et on a dit quoi? C'est ville morte, peuple vivant. On ne peut pas montrer notre force plus fortement qu'en restant silencieux. Donc, je vous demande encore une fois, restons dans la résistance, montrez au monde que vous êtes dans la résistance. Parce qu'il ne suffit pas de l'être et rester à la maison. Vous êtes en train de faire des commentaires, je les vois, nous les voyons tous. Merci beaucoup. Et je vais donner la parole d'abord à Eric, parce que j'ai beaucoup parlé, excusez-moi, mais vraiment, c'était juste pour nous rappeler que pourquoi on est là. On est là parce qu'ils veulent passer à autre chose et on veut leur rappeler que non, nous, on n'est pas passé à autre chose. Merci. Eric.
No, thanks, Becky. I mean, you've said everything that needed to be said, and I really hope that your words will resonate across Cameroon because it's important for the country. So let us all ensure that tomorrow Cameroon is the quietest country on the planet. Quiet because we are all staying home. We are all reflecting on our future together. And we are all sending a message out to the government and to the world that we are in control. We are the ones in power. So hopefully there'll be no question tomorrow that this is the most successful ghost town ever organized in Cameroon. And I really look forward to that. So thank you all for the sacrifices. Thanks everybody for being a part of this family, this Cameroonian family, and willing to do what it takes. And it doesn't take for much for us to forever change Cameroon. If this ghost town is successful tomorrow and Tuesday, Cameroon will change forever. And that's all we're asking. So thank you all. Thanks, Becky. Merci.
Thank you.
Monsieur le commissaire.
Oui.
Merci, Dr. Kane.
Merci.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Should be.
So before we come to a close, I see Bernard is back. We are waiting for the results of the votes. Il y a des gens qui ont voté donc en ligne et nous voulons partager avec vous les résultats si ces résultats-là sont prêts. Sinon, on va les partager avec vous sur les comptes des uns et des autres. Mais vraiment, merci beaucoup à tous les milliers et les milliers, les centaines de milliers, parce que à un moment donné, j'ai vérifié, juste le compte de Zumanto avait plus de 170 000 vues. Juste Zumanto, et on a 10 comptes qui sont connectés entre Facebook, entre Twitter et YouTube. Donc vraiment à tous qui ont participé, qui nous ont suivis aujourd'hui, qui ont resté, certains qui sont restés depuis le matin. Vraiment, merci beaucoup à tout le monde. I see that Mimi is back. Thank you. Thank you. You're muted. You're muted, Mimi.
Yes, Bernard is here. I can see Muna is also here, and I can also see Commissaire, Eric, Rebecca. Yeah, I can't thank all the thousands of people watching us across different social media platforms enough. I've also really been following very keenly and really enjoying the conversation, seeing how engaged, committed we all as Cameroonians are. The message is very key and also very simple. We all have to do this together because united we stand and divided we fall. We all need to be able to buy the message, and we hope that today's conversation was edifying enough, understanding, simplified enough for us to be able to, continue to work together, to go out, to stay at home, of course, to whatever we are doing, we have at the back of our mind that the change that we want to see in Cameroon is something that we want to see as soon as possible, and it cannot happen if we do not work together. I also think that the technical team is putting things in place to give us the results of the voting that Rebecca was just talking about. I don't know how far we are now, but hundreds of people were already participating, and we also want to say thank you for those who have been sharing, subscribing to our YouTube pages, Twitter, because these conversations are not ending now or today. On Facebook, joining us and also telling other people to come and watch. We want to say thank you. And for those who also participated in the survey, we want to say thank you also so much. But Rebecca, like you said, we have other videos that we would like some people to see. Okay, the results are here. So maybe we zoom in a little bit for people to see. So I cannot really, okay. Can we zoom in a little bit more because
okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, so I will be explaining it a bit. So you can see we launched this just less than 2 hours ago. We've got respondents 795 out of 795 people. And the first question, French, is are you aware of the 3-day sit down at home? As 3-day sit at home, those towns called by Issa Chiruma Bakari. We can see that we had 98.8, 742 of the responses said yes, they were aware. And we had 9 responses of people who said they weren't aware. So that is to tell us that on a sample population of 800 people, this is the percentage that know about it. Now, most times people say they are not aware of it. This is random. People saw how we did it. We put it out there. So even people who are members of the regime, their own team, they could vote because we didn't have any filters in place. That is how transparent we are with this. So anyone could vote. And then, so this is, again, the percentages here, 98.80%. 742 votes of people who said we and yes to the question of whether they know there's a ghost town. And the next question was what actions, what alternative actions do you propose as a way of saving Cameroon's democracy? That they should select more than one question, answer. They could select all that apply. 19 people skipped. They didn't want to answer, but 775 people responded. Out of that, we can see 57.77%, 446 responses said they believed in peaceful protests. There was the option for dialogue and negotiations. We had 141 responses, which is 18.26%. We had international intervention. Yeah, well, some people think that it doesn't work. There were 400 responses for that. You know, people had the option to choose more than one. So there are a lot of people who think international intervention should work, which is 51.81%. And then you have Vilmore's ghost towns standing out to be the most popular here with 59.84%, taking 462 responses. And then others, which we said specify. Let's see what people specified. Well, they didn't specify here. So you can see now that peaceful protests come second after ghost towns. Whether we like it or not, this is how Cameroonians are thinking. But then there are other options here, actually. I didn't see that. Soulèvement Populaire, there are 215 responses, actually, on the order. So there are actually 215 responses. So here people are allowed to type in what they want to see. Now, there is a lot. 215 is a lot for me to read out, but you can see occupy all international airports, block all supplies, entering Yaoundé from all angles, block Yaoundé Douala Highway. Revolt populaire on retail leader politique. So you can see these are, I'm sure we have a way of analyzing these responses so that we know exactly what Cameroonians are thinking. I mean, it's really beautiful to see the number of people who see civil disobedience here, non-payment of taxes, armed resistance. ITB should form its own government and a great defense force to maintain peace. Intervention nationale. So people are responding, and these are them. I don't have I don't think the moderators are giving me enough time to read here, but defense legitime, consultative and diplomatic engagement by the diaspora with multinational companies and friendly countries, arrest of current members of government, self-defense, peaceful civil disobedience, because direct dialogue has not worked. Military actions, coup d'etat, force, let's fight, peaceful stepping down guns, the Amber Way, find an international self-defense. So these are the responses for the option of what people thought was the alternative to we should be doing. So, but they didn't think that the other suggestions were enough, so they proposed theirs. I'm trying to see how to get back to. That was just on question 2.
Okay.
So sorry, I'm just trying to remove the responses so that I can, because there are so many. Okay, yeah, I'm back to the question. So question 3. Collapse. Yeah. So the question 3 was, what is the number 1 priority for Cameroon today? I mean, there was education. We just got 51 responses. Health, 60 responses. I think this one got more responses, 822 responses actually. Infrastructure, just 6%. Governance. So we can see that Cameroonians are not stupid. This is what has been coming up today many times in the discussions. People want to assume that you just need to give Cameroonians some little things. The government needs to just give something and all will be fine. But you can see now that Cameroonians actually know where the problem is. It's not just in the infrastructure, because if you have good governance, you have all those other things. They chose 486 responses. 59.12% said that the problem that they wanted to see, the thing that they want to see as a priority is good governance. Now, economic comes at 12, and then security is far below. Because if you have good governance, you won't have insecurity. Others, again, just 15 responses. So we had the 4th question, there are just 5, so just bear with me. The 4th question was, what do you think is the biggest challenge Cameroon, is the biggest challenge facing Cameroon today? And, there are 683 because 112 people skipped. I mean, you can see it's a difficult question. So a lot more people skipped this one. They didn't answer, but a lot more also answered. And they responded by typing. This one was a question that required people to type. Maybe that's why people skipped. So security, infrastructure, justice, repression, devoir de peuple et l'intimidation, un Cameroun repensé, tribalisme, so current regime, the mauvaise gérance, réconciliation nationale, démocratie. So you can see current regime problem, poor governance, corruption, Cameroonians. These are things we would analyze these because the good thing about SurveyMonkey is that it can analyze these findings so that we have them. Governance is coming up. Unemployment, the part that there is abandoned. So these are the responses because they had to be manually entered. We didn't give people multiple choice on this particular one because it's a question that Cameroonians needed to be able to answer themselves, to say what was the number 1 priority. and we can see that number 5 question was, what do you think must happen for Cameroon to move forward? And Biya and his regime must go has 481 responses. The will of the people should be respected, has 325. Well, that is in a way similar thing, because for the will of the people to be respected, Biya has got to go. So you can see that even though it was crafted trickily to see, and then nothing. I mean, we had just 2 responses on that we should do nothing. So the government keeps saying that we should just do nothing and move on, but majority of Cameroonians say no. Something has got to move. Something has got to happen. And that's why out of 783 people who responded to this question, only 2 said that we should do nothing. Yes, and then the others, 33 responses. Again, we can be able to see those responses if we had more time to just look at some of the responses. The guy, she's similar. They cannot be moved by violence or peaceful protest.